There we go. All right. Welcome, everybody, to our Des Moines City Council meeting. Prior to the start this evening, we're going to have a very special proclamation on Fair Housing Month. And my good friend, Pastor Whitfield, is here. Do you want to say a couple of quick words before I read this? Or should we? All right. Well, this is Fair Housing Month. And so in April 11th, of 2023 marks the 55th anniversary of the passage of the Fair Housing Act in 1968, which prohibits discrimination in the sale, rental, and financing of housing on the basis of, as amended, race, color, religion, national origin, sex, disability, and family status. And whereas the Iowa Civil Rights Act additionally prohibits housing discrimination on the basis of, as amended, race, color, creed, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, national origin, disability, or familial status. And whereas it is the purpose of the Des Moines Civil and Human Rights Commission to receive and investigate discrimination complaints, formulate a comprehensive education program to eliminate discrimination, and to recommend ways to discourage prejudice. And whereas fair housing practices play a positive role in ensuring the well-being of all people in our community. And whereas economic growth, community health, and human relations in all communities are improved by diversity and fairness. And whereas all members of our community are encouraged to raise awareness of fair housing practices to prevent discrimination and to ensure our community is welcoming and inclusive. Now, therefore, I, the mayor of the city of Des Moines, on behalf of our city council and the residents of the city of Des Moines, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2023 is Fair Housing Month, and I encourage everyone to establish Des Moines as an inclusive community committed to fair housing and to promote appropriate activities by private and public entities intended to provide or advocate for equal housing opportunities for all of our residents and prospective residents of our city. And Pastor, I'm going to present this to you. All right, again, welcome everybody to our March 27th meeting, and this one is of the Municipal Housing Agency Governing Board. I will quickly ask our clerk to take roll.
County,
Here.
Boson,
Here.
Voss,
Here.
Westergaard. Here. Mandelbaum.
Here.
Gatto.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Our second item on the agenda is approving the agenda as presented and or as amended.
Move.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposition? Hearing none. Item passes. Item 3 is setting a date of hearing on items regarding the budget for April 10th of 2023. A is on an amendment to the annual budget for the current fiscal year ending June 30 of 23, and B on the proposed budget for the fiscal year ending June 30 of 2024.
Move approval. Item 3A and B.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. I'll ask everybody to vote, please.
6 yes.
All right. And with that, I think that's our final item, so I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded multiple times. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? This meeting is closed. Thank you. All right. Again, we'll immediately move into our March 27th Des Moines City Council meeting. Let's mark the time. It looks at 5:02. And call the meeting to order and ask the clerk to please take roll.
County,
Here.
Boson,
Here.
Voss,
Here.
Shoemaker, Westergaard. Here. Mandelbaum.
Here.
Gatto.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Item 2 is approving the agenda as presented and or as amended.
Move approval.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. We can have a voice vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The item passes. Item 3 is approval of the consent agenda. These are items 3 through 52. I will say that items 34A and B were withdrawn by the legal department. And item 31, Councilmember Mandelbaum wishes to speak.
Move approval.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. I'll ask everybody to vote, please.
6 yes.
All right, this will take us directly to item 53. Item 53 is our first hearing item. And for those of you that have not attended our meetings before, want you to know that for the hearings this evening, we have one conveyance hearing, one dismissal on which no public comment will be taken. We have 7 zoning hearings, 55 to 60 and 64, 1 caper hearing, 2 local landmark hearings, and 1 urban renewal hearing, and 6 public improvement hearings. As a reminder, for the zoning items only, which are the items 55 to 60 and 64, we will hear from the parties in interest first and then from the general public. The parties in interest are those people that are either the applicant or the people that live within 250 feet and have received notice from the city. After all those parties in interest have commented, we will open it up to the general public for germane comments, and each person to aid, we will, I believe, give 1 minute. Is that correct? For any germane comments, and we'll ask you to step to the microphone and get that. Again, we're going to ask those people who are the parties in interest first, and if someone, general public, stands up before then, you will be considered disruptive and won't be allowed to speak not only on that item but for the rest of the evening. So please do not step up till the general public if you're not a party in interest. For the Caper hearing, any interested person may make germane comments at not to exceed 1 minute. For all other hearings this evening, any interested person may make germane comments at not to exceed 1 minute per person to a maximum of 5 minutes per hearing, unless the hearing is ended sooner for either failure to make germane comments or the comments end otherwise and cease. As a reminder, on the public improvement hearings, only comments as to the plans, specifications, form of documents, engineer's estimate, and the low bidder designation will be considered germane. So let's go ahead and we'll get started with item 53. This item is to dismiss the hearing on a conveyance of excess city property locally known as 1439 and 1445 Michigan Street to T&D and MD LLC for $40,000. This item was continued from the March 6th council meeting. Could we have a motion?
I'll move item 53.
It's been moved and seconded. Ask everyone to vote.
6 yes.
Item 54 is on the conveyance of a portion of a vacated 41st Street located east of and adjoining 545 42nd Street by installment contract to St. Augustine's Church of Des Moines for $73,000. Council communication number 23-151. Again, we'll ask for germane comments from the general public. 1 minute if anybody's interested in making comment on this conveyance.
Seeing none, Mr. Mayor, I'll move item 54.
I'll second.
Ask everyone to vote.
6 yes.
Item 55. Item 55 is regarding request from Wesco Hull LLC. Derek West is the officer for property located at 2101 Hull Avenue to amend Plan DSM, creating our tomorrow plan to revise the future land classification for the eastern portion of the property from low-density residential to industrial and to rezone the property from I-1 Industrial District to N3A Neighborhood District to limited I-1 Industrial District to allow the use of the property, a use that includes office and industrial components. A is the first consideration of the ordinance above. B is the final consideration of the ordinance above. The waiver is requested by the applicant and requires 6 votes. First, we'll open it up and ask for the parties in interest. Again, those are the people that are either the applicant or those within 250 feet. Is the applicant or a representative here? Ask you to step up.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Tyler Vincent. I am the designer on the project, helping the owner, Derek West, correct a zoning ordinance error that happened on his property located at 2101 Hull Avenue in Des Moines. When we first worked on the property back in 2017 and 2019, it was zoned M1 for the entire property. But then when 2019 came through and the city upgraded its zoning ordinance and map, half the property on the east half got switched back to residential. And we are here tonight just to correct that error so Derek can get his business up and running and operational.
Any thoughts or questions, anybody? If you guys will stay available, if there's any questions, we'll see if there's any other parties in interest, and then we'll ask the general public, and if there are questions, you please be available.
Okay.
All right. Any other parties in interest? Seeing none, any general public comments on this item? Seeing none. Council,
I will make a motion. Thanks. Meeting, they were very accommodating, they answered all the questions, you've gone above and beyond, so thank you very much. Welcome to the neighborhood.
I'll second.
been moved and seconded. Ask everyone to vote.
6 yes.
Thanks for coming down. Item 56 is on a request from Penske Trucking Leasing Company, LP. Guy Holbert is the officer for property located at 4101 East 14th Street to amend the Plan DSM, creating our tomorrow plan to revise the future land use classification for approximately 1.03 acres of the western portion of the property from community mixed use to industrial and to rezone the entire property from MX3-V mixed use district to I-1 industrial district to allow the expansion and site improvements for the existing truck parking facility. A is the first consideration, the ordinance above. B is the final consideration, the ordinance above. The waiver is requested by the applicant and requires 6 votes. First, we'll ask, is the applicant in the house? We'd ask you to step up if you'd like to make any comments, sir.
Good evening. Justin Strom, 2727 Southwest Snyder Boulevard. As part of a site plan approval process, it was noted that the existing zoning is mixed use and the existing approved usage is trucking and transportation terminal. So as part of that site plan, city staff recognized that trucking and transportation terminal is only approved for industrial zoning, which is the zoning around that area too. So as part of the site plan, the city requested that we clean this rezoning up to amend the issue and make sure the zoning matched up with the usage.
Any questions, council? If you'll, again, kind of be available in case any questions come up after comment. We'll ask now if there are any other parties in interest, those located within 250 feet of this property and received notice from the city. Seeing none, general public. We'll ask if there's any germane comments from the general public. All right, seeing none.
Seeing none, I'll move item 56A and B.
56A and B have been moved. Ask everybody to vote.
6 yes.
All right, let's move to 57. A request from WCMRP Des Moines Center, LLC. Nathan Paul is the officer for review and approval of a first amendment to the Southdale PUD conceptual plan at 4900 Southeast 14th Street to allow the expansion of a retail use Home Depot to include additional outdoor display and merchandising in the parking lot. This item was continued from the March 6th, 2023 council meeting. Again, let's ask, is the applicant in the house? Or a representative thereof?
Good evening. The request is to expand the...
Would you give us your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeremy, store manager, 4900 Southeast 14th Street, Home Depot.
Okay, thank you.
The request is to simply expand our seasonal selling space to allow us to have more space along the front of the store. We requested to move the tough sheds out into the parking lot area. It gives more visibility to not only the sheds themselves, but then gives us more selling space for seasonal items such as barbecue grills, lumber, patio sets, that kind of stuff along the front of the store.
Council, any
Yeah,
questions?
Mr. Mayor, Jeremy, I appreciate you coming. I represent this area, and so my concern is you've got a whole strip mall that's empty right next to you.
Absolutely.
And you're asking to put things out in a parking lot when we have available space that I believe the whole property, I know the taxes go to one LLC. So they're owned, that whole area is owned by one.
Correct.
Have you guys talked to them about possibly expanding your store footprint into some of that existing strip mall that's been empty for a while?
So yes and no. To get a hold of the property owner was quite difficult. Just to get this small thing, I needed one signature in order to put in this request. It took nearly 2 months to get that one signature. It was very difficult. And this would be what you're suggesting, I understand, but that would take a rewrite of a lease contract. It's space that's not ours. It's not part of our lease on there. So we'd be asking to most likely rewrite that lease in order to have use of that space, because our property ends where that there's a roadway that separates those two halves of the parking lot or portions of the parking lot. So that's not a property that's ours to maintain or sellable space for us currently. And it would also put the items that we're looking to sell in front of an empty storefront, and they would look kind of abandoned there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to put it. I don't think that we should be putting anything else out in the parking lots. I'm asking you to put it inside and expand your store footprint to have those inside.
Right.
I mean, I understand the seasonal where you put your lawn and garden. I do a ton of shopping there.
Sure.
I know where
Appreciate
you're talking about, but to put a bunch more sheds out there, I just think that no matter what you do to landscape it, no matter what you do, it's not something that is very eye appealing or curb appealing. You've got your competitors that's half a mile up the road that's had to go and buy property and expand their footprint to expand their store. You have the same opportunity to be able to do that. I'm not excited about expanding your outdoor display anymore than what you have. You have a ton out there. I mean, you have trailers out there that you sell on the south side of the parking lot.
Yeah, we don't currently have any trailers.
But you have in the past.
In the past, it's been used,
multiple
actually.
trailers that have parked on that parking lot. And I don't think we're supposed to have those out there, but you have in the past, lots of them.
Sellable trailers, you mean?
Yes,
Okay.
and rentable ones also.
Okay.
And so maybe we can give you, I'm sure maybe you'll get a better response if you ask to rent some more of their space, if that's what,
Hi, Linda. Trying to find a pharmacy at Quinn this morning, but
Sorry.
I'm not thrilled, and I'm only one vote up here, but I won't. I don't want to expand it to put more of your sheds outside.
Yep. So the sheds were already out in front.
Up against the building.
They were up against the building instead of out in the parking lot. Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't want to keep them up against the building?
We're trying to create more sellable space, and the sheds were the thing that made more sense to move out into the parking lot to allow lumber and things need space to load, and it makes more sense to keep that against the building instead of having that out in the parking lot there. So again, you've got storefronts that are empty. I agree with that, but you also have a store who's trying to make sales and thrive, and to do that, we'd like to continue to offer more products and services, and this is one way of doing that inside the footprint that we currently have control and access to.
Yeah, but we have other Home Depots in other parts of the city that there's not as many as you guys are wanting to put out there in their parking lots. You go to Ankeny, you go to the one out in University in West Des Moines. That is not, your store is much different than that.
We have 6 sheds, and that is the average number that most of these buildings have. So it's a
Yeah, but you had 6 sheds out in front.
Correct.
In the front of your store, like typically where the rest of them. They're
I may have
typically,
misunderstood the question then. I'm sorry.
they're typically not in the parking lot at some of these other places around.
It depends on the layout and the facility.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's not. And that's why I feel like that we're doing something that it's not very curb appeal, and just because we're on the south side. And that frustrates me. And when I've got a strip mall that's been completely empty. So that's all I'm going to say. I mean, there might be others that have other questions. I would be happy to continue it and have you look into maybe leasing some other space, or if somebody else wants to move it, I can't support putting more outdoor display outside. I'm sorry.
Yep. So just to comment on that, Ankeny has their sheds in the parking lot. They have for years. And again, doing this is just helping the store sell more product. It gives us more access to, space in a way that is actually logical. And putting those sheds there keeps them close enough to the store so that we don't have an issue with the homeless population, which has been an issue in the past on that.
Yeah, but you're taking them away from putting them up next to the store. You're putting them in the parking lot. You don't think you're going to have an issue more in the parking lot?
At the location they're at the front of the parking lot, so they're very close to the store still.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have the issue there, but you don't think you're going to
No,
have...
if you put it out further away or at the other location in front of the parking lot of where the spaces are empty. Right
Yeah,
now.
no, I'm not, I wouldn't agree to put any more in front of the spaces that are empty. I'm asking you to expand your footprint of the store and put some of them inside if you want to sell them. I mean, we've got a whole strip mall that's empty and owned by the same people. And I know it's frustrating. We had a difficult time getting them to sign off when we did the McKinley thing. I do understand where you're coming from there, and I'm sorry. I can't be supportive of that. If others want to be supportive of it, that's their choice. But I mean, I frequent your store a lot. I mean, that's typically where I go if I need anything. I don't go to your competitors up the street, but I do use your store a lot, and I a lot of the lawn and garden stuff. But I don't know. I can't be supportive of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can I just ask a question? You talked about doing some type of landscaping, or is your goal then to get rid of that parking? You'll never really need that parking space? So you would do a
As
permanent
part of this
landscaping?
process, we were asked to put landscaping around this as part of the amendment. So the original idea was to just have the sheds there as they are, but we did agree to making it a permanent, so it looked permanent and was supposed to be there where they are.
So it doesn't look like you just put them out in the parking lot?
Correct, and that's what we were asked to do for that.
So you're going to screen them with landscape. You're going
I
to
call it
set them on
bookending,
the.
but-
You're going to set them on the blacktop, and then you're going to tear up some of the blacktop, and you're going to put screening all around it with plants and things like that.
My impression was we would be adding basically 2 small islands and putting some grass and or vegetation in those. And I was told that those details would be worked out after this process, or the exact details of that, to make it look permanent. So the idea is so that they look like they're supposed to be there, that they were intended to be there, is a better way to put it.
That makes me feel a little bit better. Still not there yet.
So how about if we could see what the plan is for the making it more permanent?
You guys have a
Extend-
site plan already that
They were waiting, sounds like.
Not currently, no. No, sir.
so could you put together the site plan if we continue this in 2 weeks, and then you can come back, or we can sit down beforehand? I can come up to the store and you can kind of show it to me. I know I read that you're going to have to go through staff and they're going to have to approve the site plan. It would be nice to see permanently what it's going to be, and maybe I'll take a little trip up there and you and I can walk through it and get me a little bit more comfortable.
Absolutely.
If we continued it for 2 weeks, would that work?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then I'll make a motion to continue item 57 until April 10th.
Okay. If you'll remain available, let's see if there's anybody else that's out here that would like to make comment on this. Any other folks, parties in interest within that 250 feet of the property? Any other general public people that would like to make comment? Seeing none, we've got a motion. We
I'll
need a
second.
second. Got a motion and a second to continue to our next meeting, which is, Mr. Manager?
April 10th.
April 10th.
Jimmy, I
So,
appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
6 yes.
Yeah.
all right. Item 58 is on request from Hubble Realty Company. Caleb Smith is the officer for review and approval of a First Amendment to the Gray Station PUD conceptual plan for property located in the vicinity of 1300 Tuttle Street to update the realignment of Southwest 13th Street and to review requirements for the future PUD development site plans continued from March 6, 2023 council meeting. For this, we'll first ask for any parties in interest. Any, the applicant or representative?
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. My name is Caleb Smith. I'm Vice President of Land Development at Hubble Realty Company. We've actually got the next 3 items here in front of you tonight as we're looking at getting our next phase of the Gray Station project moving forward. This first item on the agenda, number 58, is for a modification to the PUD concept plan, the overall master plan of the community. And as the item noted, there's two changes. One is the alignment of 13th Street. We made a slight adjustment to that to kind of accommodate our current plan. And two is to adjust the approval process of applications in this development as they move forward to get it more consistent to how the current zoning code is. We're not asking for any other special exceptions other than just to be consistent with how other projects are carried through the project. I'm happy to talk briefly about the other projects if interested, or we could keep it to this one and take it up when those items come up, if that makes sense.
Let's do it when the item comes up.
Okay, sounds good.
Appreciate it. Any other parties in interest? Any comment from general public? We'll open that up. All right. Seeing none, let's see what we have here.
I'm happy to move item 58.
I'll second.
All right. Item 58 has been moved and seconded.
Six, yes.
All right. Move to item 59. Again, on a request from Hubble Realty Company, Caleb Smith is the officer for review and approval of PUD Final Development Plan for Gray Station Telus Condos for property located in the vicinity of 1300 Tuttle Street to allow the development of the property with the construction of 2 condo buildings containing 84 residential units. This item was continued from the March 6, 2023 council meeting. First, again, we'll ask Caleb to step up and give us sort of a quick update on this one.
Again, Caleb Smith with Hubble Realty Company. This Gray Station Telus Condos project is on the northern end of the Plat 5 project area, so this will be just south of Telus, and we'll have 13th Street on the west side. Excited to get moving forward on that project, as that will continue to build on the multifamily development in this area, and as a nice anchor for us with also the additional townhomes to the south. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Let's see any other parties in interest. All right. General public? Have one individual here. Give us your name, address.
Hi, Garland Armstrong on the east side, and I used to live in Illinois. I'm a former CMAP employee. I was on the housing committee and helping out for people with disabilities, especially for affordable housing and seniors who are disabled. And I would like to know, when you get this thing up and running, will you be able to make sure to have for individuals with disabilities and low-income people to make sure that they want to live in affordable housing? Because, as you know, the ADA doesn't have no place to go since they don't want to end up being homeless. But I hope you should be able to work on this to make sure that individuals with disabilities will not be left out, and the same thing too with seniors, because they are testing you and want to make sure if you're going to be able to keep their promise, so that they will be with you all the way, because they don't want to be out of touch. So if you have any questions or comments, I'll be glad to hear it from you.
Okay. Darlin, you want to sit down? Caleb, would you like to answer that citizen question?
The TELUS project is a for-sale condo community. Obviously, we have to meet all fair housing administration requirements and accessibility requirements for a community like this. The market drives the demand for these units in this area, and we've done a lot of analysis and market studies to suggest that our project makes sense as we've got it structured. So I think at this point in time, we've done what we can, and those issues that are brought forward. Still believe we have a very successful and viable project to bring forward.
Okay.
Caleb, this is the project that is patterned after the Edison, is that correct?
Correct.
And that moved along pretty quickly, the occupancy, or the sale did, didn't it?
It did, and honestly, we know we have plenty of townhome lots out there right now in our existing flats. What's really driving this project is the TELUS project, is getting that on board, and then obviously adding more townhome development for us down the road is obviously a positive as well. But yes, we're very confident this will be a successful project.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions, Council?
Item 59.
Ask everybody to vote. Been moved and seconded.
6 yes.
Item 60, on a request from the Hubble Realty, Caleb Smith is the officer for review and approval of a PUD development plan for Gray Station Plat 5 townhomes and clubhouse for property located in the vicinity of 1300 Tuttle Street to allow for the construction of 65 townhomes and a clubhouse amenity building. This item again was continued from the March 6, 2023 council meeting. Again, we'll ask parties in interest. Caleb? Keeping you busy.
Caleb Smith with Hubble Realty Company. This is for the portion of the project that's just south of the Telus site that we just spoke about. This will be bounded by Grace Parkway on the south, and we'll have 65 more townhome units. Units are very consistent in what we have planned and proposed to build in the first phases, so you'll see a lot of the same product types in there, with a couple variations that we've worked through with staff on coloring and things like that. Other than that, there's also additional of the clubhouse that was included in the original concept plan for the development. This phase will bring that online as well. Happy to answer any questions.
Again, any parties in interest? Seeing none, enter general public.
None. I'll move item 60.
It's been moved and seconded. Ask everybody to vote. Linda?
6 yes.
Item 61, on a request from 2513 Woodland LLC. Steve Wilkie Shapiro is the officer for designation of the property at 2513 Woodland Avenue, including a commercial structure as a local landmark named Harlan's Barber Shop, in issuance of a certificate of appropriateness for the proposed exterior alterations. Again, let's open it up to the general public and see if there are any germane comments from the general public on this item. 2513 Woodland. Anyone? Seeing none?
I'm happy to move item 61.
I'll second it.
Item 61 has been moved and seconded.
6 yes.
Item 62, on a request from Fort Des Moines Memorial Park, Inc. Jack Porter is the officer for designation of the property at 75 East Army Post Road, including Clayton Hall Museum and Chapel as a local landmark named Fort Des Moines Memorial Park. Again, we'll ask if there's any general comments. It looks like there's a young man here at the podium.
I'll make a motion to receive and file.
I'll second.
Mayor, members of the City Council, Jack
All in favor,
Porter.
say aye.
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 Sorry, we're sitting in the file.
Thank you. Go ahead,
Jack
sir.
Porter, member of 815 18th Street, Des Moines, Iowa. I'm the treasurer of the Fort Des Moines Museum and Education Center. We're the nonprofit that owns the park. We're asking for your support and a little bit of question. I'm not sure from the agenda if you received the nomination or the draft part one that Kelly Lydon prepared about the history of the fort. If you didn't, why we'll supply a copy of that to you later because it's a very interesting history. One of the things that you may or may not know is back in 1974, the entire fort was listed on the National Register as a historic landmark. But we're trying to apply for historic tax credits, and we noticed that one of their criteria does not recognize national historic landmark designation, only local historic landmark designation. So we're asking for your approval for that purpose. Joining me is a couple of board members here tonight.
All
Kathleen
right,
Murr,
let
I'm
them introduce
Secretary
themselves.
of the Board of Directors.
And Orna Woods, board member as well.
Thank you all for being here. Any questions, council, of this designation and of these representatives of the Fort Des Moines Memorial Park?
No question, just a comment. Thank you so much for stepping in, Jack. I know this
All of us.
all of you stepping in because we've had our challenges, as you well know, of this particular property, and it's a beautiful piece of property that we need to protect and take care of. And so I'm happy that all of you are involved, and I'm happy to move item 62. Thank you very much.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded.
6 yes.
Done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of history there.
Oh, boy. Item 63 is on the approval of the 2022 U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development HUD Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, commonly called the CAPER. Council Communication number 23-146. We'll again open it up and see if there's any general comments from the public.
I see none, Your Honor. I'll move item 63.
I'll second.
63 is moved and seconded.
6 yes.
Item 64 is on the proposed amendment to Plan DSM, creating our tomorrow comprehensive plan to revise the future land use classification from public, semi-public to downtown mixed use for the area bound by Pennsylvania Avenue on the west and Des Moines Street on the south, East 9th Street on the east, and the freeway I-235 on the north in the proposed Upper East Village Urban Renewal Area. Council Communication number 23-159. Again, let's ask, are there any parties in interest here who would like to speak that live within that 250 feet and have been noticed? Seeing none, let's ask if there's any comment from the general public.
Seeing none, Mr. Mayor, I'll move item 64.
I'll second.
Item 64 has been moved and seconded. We'll ask everybody to vote.
6 yes.
Item 65 is on a proposed urban renewal plan for the Upper East Village Urban Renewal Area, continued from March 6, 2023 council meeting. Council Communication number 23-159. We'll ask for germane comments from the general public again on this urban renewal plan for the Upper East Village Urban Renewal Area. Any comment from the general public? Seeing none?
Move item 65.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Ask everybody to vote.
6 yes.
Item 66. So on the 2023-2024 HMA pavement scarification and resurfacing resolution approving the plan, specifications, form of contract documents, engineer's estimate, receive and file bids, and designating the lowest responsible bidder as Inroads LLC. Joseph J. Manette is the CEO for $251,180. Council Communication number 23-149. A is approval of the contract and bond and permission to sublet. Again, we're going to ask for general public comments regarding either the plans, specifications, form of documents, the engineer's estimate, or the lower bidder designation. Those are the only comments that will be considered germane. Would anyone like to step up and speak to that scarification and resurfacing?
I see none, Your Honor. I'll move 66 and 66A.
I'll second.
Ask everybody to vote.
6 yes.
Moving on to item 67, which is on the 2023 HMA Residential Paving Program Contract 1 LOSST. Resolution approving the plan, specification, form of contract documents, engineer's estimate, receive and file of bids, and designating the lowest responsible bidder as Grimes Asphalt and Paving Corporation. Timothy Melicote is the president. $1,051,150.78. Council Communication number 23-143. A is the approval of the contract and the bond and permission to sublet. Again, we'll open it up and see if there are any comments regarding the plans, the specifications, the form of the documents, the engineer's estimate, or the designation of the low bidder. Anyone like to make comment on that?
I'll move 67 and 67A.
Been moved and seconded. We'll ask everyone to vote.
6 yes.
Item 68 is on the Fourth and Grand Parking Garage Skywalk improvements. Resolution approving the plan specifications, form of contract documents, engineer's estimate, receive and file bids, and designating the lowest responsible bidder as Bergstrom Construction, Inc. Tom Gorgas is the president, $199,999. Council Communication number 23-137. A is approval of the contract and bond and permission to sublet. Again, we'll ask if there are any germane comments regarding the plan specifications, form of documents, engineer's estimate, or the low bidder designation. General public is invited to speak. Item 68 has been moved and seconded. Ask everybody to vote.
You want A too?
Yes.
6 yes.
Item 69 is on New York Avenue from 44th Street to 45th Street reconstruction. Resolution approving the plan specifications, form of contract documents, engineer's estimate, receive and file bids, and designating the lowest responsible bidder is MPS Engineers, PC, doing business as Kingston Services, PC, UMash G. Chaiti, President, $367,739. Council Communication number 23-156. A is approval of the contract and bond and permission to sublet. Again, we'll ask if there's anyone who'd like to make comments regarding the plans, the specifications, the form of documents, the engineer's estimate, or the low bidder designation. General public comment? Seeing none.
Hearing none, I'll move 69 and 69A.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded, 69 and 69A. Ask everyone to vote.
6 yes.
Item 70, on Tuttle Street construction from Southwest 12th Street to Southwest 14th Street, resolution approving the plan specifications, form of contract documents, engineer's estimate, receive and file bids, and designating the lowest responsible bidder is All Star Concrete LLC. Alex Vasquez is member and manager, $1,246,190. Council Communication number 23-136. A is approval of the contract and bond and permission to sublet. Again, we'll ask if there's general public comments regarding the plans, the specifications, the form of the documents, and the engineer's estimate, or the lowest bidder designation.
Seeing none, I'll move items 70 and 78.
I'll second.
All right, item 70 and 70A have been moved and seconded. Ask everyone to vote. Carl?
6 yes.
All right, that completes the hearings at 5:44. All right, that'll quickly take us back to item 31. Item 31 is on the items regarding the budget 410 of 23, Council Communication number 23-153. A is the adoption of the Capital Improvement Program, CIP, for the fiscal year of 2023 and 2024 through fiscal year 2026-27. B is on the amendment to the annual budget for the current fiscal year ending June 30 of 2023. C is on the proposed budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th of 2024. Council Member Mandelbaum.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to quickly address a couple of the items that are in the change from our previous budget book. One is related to some changes on Ingersoll, and really appreciate staff working to get this project in. We had requests from local businesses and the neighborhood. It's really been a long time in coming to have a road diet, add some on-street parking, and some bike infrastructure in this stretch. And particularly given the activity in the area with the arrival of Big Grove and some new apartment developments, this change was really needed, and getting this bumped up this year was really appreciated. I'll note that there's another project that was also an important project, but that we are delaying on 2nd Avenue. I do hope that we can work with staff during the delay on that 2nd Avenue project. I know stakeholders would like to see better integration of bike infrastructure in that project, and so hopefully we can use that delay to make that an even better project. The other piece I wanted to flag is a piece that I actually have some concern with, and I know, or I hope we'll have an opportunity to discuss this as a council, and that is the Walnut Street Bridge project. That project has gotten significantly more expensive, and I think with projects like this, and particularly when the costs increase in this manner, it's a good opportunity to take a step back and reevaluate if it's necessary and if it's a good use of dollars. And I'm not sure that the increased dollars towards this project are the best use of our residents' dollars. You know, we've got multiple bridges across the river downtown. Actually, there are 4 other bridges within a quarter of a mile. This bridge and doing a complete reconstruction is something that seems like may not be necessary, and reevaluating and revisioning, potentially converting this to a pedestrian bridge or some rehabilitation that doesn't require the $20 million price tag, and using those additional dollars for other projects and priorities is something I'm hoping that the council will look at and that we can get to, because I think that would be a better overall use. And wanted to flag that and make sure that the public is aware and can start thinking about that as well, because I think that will serve us better on that. So those were the comments. Well, I'll maybe add one other piece. And I remain committed to the downtown conversion and the two-way conversion and completing that. One of the other pieces there, that's increasingly important. Downtown is also a neighborhood, and we need to continue taking steps to make our downtown streets safer and more accessible. And I'm hopeful. My understanding is the delay is not related to other projects, but I'm hopeful that we can look at ways to address that and keep that project moving on a timely basis. So those are my comments. I'm happy to move item 31A, B, and C with that said.
Real quick, Mayor, if I can jump in real quick. We're going to make comments about it. I appreciate Councilmember Mandelbaum's voice and some of the things that he feels very important. As well, I'm a little disappointed as some of the Southwest 9th improvements that were all of his ward, from basically Tuttle to Park Avenue, that a study was supposed to be done a year and a half ago and nothing's been done. We've had multiple accidents there. We've had deaths that have happened there, and we share that corridor now through that portion that's. But that was all of Councilmember Mandelbaum's ward at that time, where a lot of these things were happening. The study was put in, it never got done. There's only $200,000 in here for the future budget. Now, I've had conversations with the city manager that we are going to need to find money to improve that corridor. And I don't know what the answer is, but after the study, we're going to find out. But I'm disappointed that we share that portion of it. And sometimes I think folks on the south side forget that I only represent half of the south side, not the full south side. But I struggle with the comments that I have to take on because I don't represent all of the south side. And I look at Ruth as she knows that, but I'm doing my best. I know Josh has a very big ward now. He has all of the downtown area. He's got a lot of different priorities with the East Village and things like that. But this needs to be a priority, and we will talk about that in May as we go through our different CIP priorities. But I want to make sure that this study gets done this year as we go through the budget, and then we look at it next year, and we take a look and see what type of improvements. And we're going to have to arrange some things, and things are going to have to come off that, I mean, I understand that we're strapped and we're at, but there's things in here, and the two-way conversions and connect downtown and all of those things, we've talked about that for years, and I don't believe that the downtown businesses are completely all bought into doing a lot of those things. I've heard enough from them to say that they're not, but, you know, when push comes to shove, maybe they will be. So I know that's a completely different, we're probably able to use TIF and some things like that to do some of that, but I don't know. But so we'll take a look at that, but I appreciate your comments, and, you know, we can take a look at the Walnut Street Bridge. As I drove down it today and I talked to Councilmember Voss shortly, you know, it's difficult to say that we're not going to have cars go across there anymore when we put a ton of money into the streetscape on the Western Gateway, and then we're going to have the Market District in the eastern portion of it to not have vehicular traffic go down there. Now, I'm happy to make some improvements in whether it be multimodal with bike and walking to make sure that they're safe. Happy to do that, maybe eliminate some of the parking on the bridge so we're able to do that. But I would have to say that we'll have some further discussions, but right now, I'm not willing to close one of our bridges that have been used for a long time. So I'll stop there, and I'm happy to second his motion.
I was just going to say, are we going to have, that's a discussion we're going to have in May, right?
Yep.
So we're going to go over the CIP projects so we can have a better understanding of the different projects. So we'll have more discussion and be able to understand what is going to happen, or kind of have more studies done as to if you shut it off, what's going to be, and have a better understanding of the implications and the budget.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mayor County? Yes. I welcome the chance to have a further discussion on this. This has been in the plans for about 10 years, but by gosh, downtown has changed a lot. So before we dive into this, let's see if this is the best way to spend our dollars. So I look forward to the conversation, and I don't know if that would be a council workshop or
That's part of
work
our
session.
CIP. They're having that
It's that
in May.
CIP conversation that we're going to have.
Right, but I mean, on this particular item,
Should be
anyway.
part of it.
We'll make
Thanks.
sure we have specific time on this.
Great, thanks.
Probably be good to have a traffic count, things like that.
And parking counts.
Right. Yep.
Well, and the fact that we have more people living downtown than we did before. I mean, we used to have about 1,700 down there 20 years ago. Now we got 15, 17,000. So there's a big difference. So, you know, I'm looking forward to this conversation.
And Mr. Mayor, if I may, on one other point, I agree with Councilmember Gatto that we need to study and address the Southwest Ninth Corridor. I've called for that as well. And one of the things that I think is important is that we be open to the full range of solutions potentially identified in that study. Because I think sometimes if we send mixed messages that we want to study, but we want a specific outcome, staff can sometimes not know what to do with that. So I just want to say I think it's important that we study that. That's definitely a high priority area. I think our Vision Zero planning will identify that as a high priority area. and we need to be open to the solutions that will maximize safety in that area.
I agree 100%. As we went through the Southwest 9th revitalization and had multiple inputs from all the neighborhoods, and one of the suggestions was to make it 2 lanes and parking on each lane and put bike lanes on Southwest 9th. I would have thought that the world was going to come to an end when they discussed that. So as we want to take on that fight again, I'm happy to sit through it. I'm just not sure I'm going to be supportive of what most of my constituents don't want. But I do want to make it safer, however we're going to do that. So that being said, I think it's moved and seconded.
Right.
And I will say, Mr. Manager, that having participated in the planning process through Plan and Zone when I served on there with city staff, looking at the future of Southwest 9th, and as Council Member Mandelbaum knows, it's a major, or should be a major route for public transportation, and safe ADA requirements on the sidewalks and access and all those things. This is an ongoing project, and here we are, 25 years later. We've got to bring everybody to the table, including the property owners and the neighborhoods in the vicinity, and talk about what the future of Southwest 9th looks like. Here we are 20-plus years later, and, I'm not sure we've reached the solution that we dreamed of that many years ago. And looking at what the vision is of the businesses and the homeowners and other properties up and down that corridor, and how to make it more exciting, more inviting, and safer. All right, that completes that part of our agenda. Let's quickly move now to item 71. Item 71 is a donation and naming agreement for the Des Moines North Side Community Recreation Center, approving the name of portions of the center and authorizing our city manager to determine effective date of such naming. Council Communication number 23-145.
I'll move approval of item
I
7.
didn't know if you wanted to.
Oh,
You want to say anything?
If I could.
okay,
real quick.
sorry. Go right ahead.
You run the meeting?
No,
Just checking.
Okay, Mayor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just real quickly, this is worth repeating, because I know this is the second batch of donations that you're receiving, and that this is such an important project. I really appreciate all the work that our facilities, Park and Rec, engineers, legal even, on these agreements. Just the team effort that's been put forward, because this will be a gem for the neighborhood once it's developed. So thank you.
I was just going to move it, but also thank the people that have been so generous for this community center. I mean, it's going to be a tremendous asset to the north side, and can't wait for it to get done. But again, the generosity of Des Moines residents and businesses has been tremendous, and I can't thank them enough.
Second.
And as everybody's voting, all of us that attended, and want to thank all the neighbors for their input and support in visioning for this project, to have it be visioned as it is, really expanding the concept. And I want to thank the staff for listening and working, and really creating a really special place that I know will continue to help support that neighborhood. Good job, everybody.
6 yes.
All right, item 72 is amending Chapter 114 of the Municipal Code regarding traffic regulation changes as follows. Council Communication number 23-157. A is parking restrictions, 67th Street between Boston Avenue and Douglas Avenue. B is parking restrictions, State Avenue between East 29th and East 30th Street. C is parking restriction, Hull Avenue between East 39th and Street and East 40th Street.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded.
Is anybody else? You want to waive second and third?
Yes.
You don't, ask everybody to vote.
Does he want to say?
I do want to say something.
Well, generally, these aren't open for
Oh, I'm
public
sorry.
comment, but, you know, if you want to, come on up.
Yep. Will we have to vote?
Council members and citizens, my name is Joe Feltz. I live at 3203 62nd Street. On March 10th, I received this letter from the city saying that they were going to put a no parking zone directly across the street from my house. This impacts me as I have a third vehicle. My work vehicle is a service van that I park on that street in this proposed no parking zone. A couple of things I'd like to bring to the council's attention before we move on Measure A is, for starters, I'm all about safety. And if it is so deemed that there's a line of sight issue in Measure A here regarding it becomes a safety concern, I think we need to take a look at 62nd Street again entirely. There are several places on 62nd Street that could be deemed as a no parking zone. But with that being said, the houses in question here, let's say between Douglas and Hickman, those houses were built in the late 50s, early 60s. That was a time of one car. Many of these houses, if they're lucky enough to have a garage, don't have place to store multiple vehicles. I park in my garage. My wife also parks in our garage. And it's just, it would be a major inconvenience to me to have this area now deemed into a no parking zone when what stipulations were, when the other no parking zones that were on the street, why were they deemed no parking zones and this one was not? I've lived in my house for, it will be 10 years next month. I think if we want to take a consideration on safety, it would be to maybe, let's put a police officer down there on Boston Avenue, clocking traffic going up and down 62nd Street. I would wager to guess that over 50% is breaking the speed limit. Here again, I want our city's streets to be safe. My job is actually I drive around, fix automatic doors. The safety of those doors, the safety in general, I do take to heart. This is an inconvenience to your citizens in this neighborhood. That's all I have to say. Thank you for your time.
All right. Given that, everybody, we can move it as it is, or I suppose we could ask for a little further update on following with this concern of a citizen on the A part of this, but hearing no concern about the others.
It's not, I mean, item A is in your ward?
No, it's not. That's what she
Well,
said.
I mean, the ward council person's not here. I mean,
Well, so we're listening to a
Do we have
citizen.
anybody that's...
How do we want to handle this?
Is there anybody that's done the study of this as to why it was, based on what they said, it was, I'm sure, because of site? So.
interested in reading the letter that was sent?
how about we
well,
just
not-
move the first reading of 72A and then move
Yeah, for the-
72B and C
Right. Sounds good.
pursuant to Rule
Okay.
42A.
To bring back a.
Yes, I will second that. Whatever
Are you
amended.
agreeable?
So then we can
bring
have
it back.
further study and maybe
On A.
traffic can go out and look at 62nd
The full.
and look at some of the other.
So we're going to
concerns
review
he has.
72A and pass first reading on B and C. We're going to waive the second and third reading and pass those in total.
Just comment, I got a call today saying it was a safety issue, as long as he knows about it, we have to. Because I've got some residents who are not very qualified. I was told safety issue,
Well, A is going to come out the same way.
and I don't know
Okay, so.
So I will, my motion would continue item 70.
No, you would.
No,
move
we're going
it.
to move the first
We're
reading.
going to move the
reading.
first reading.
And then we're
B
going to,
and C, we're going to waive the second and third.
B and C waive the second.
Okay?
Pursuant to Rule
We ask
42A.
everybody to vote based upon that
I
motion.
seconded all
Yep.
the revision.
Connie is second.
April 10th.
Okay? Ask everybody to vote. Josh?
6 yes.
All right. Item 73 is on request to speak from the general public. I think they know our general rules. Our first speaker this evening is Ruth Thompson.
Hi, I'm Ruth Thompson. I live at 2270 Bell Avenue, and I'm lucky to be represented on the south side by two fabulous representatives to the city council. And Joe, your tan is fabulous. We'll have to talk about where you went.
I'll take you there with me next time.
Okay, deal.
She's using up part of her 2 minutes.
I know that. I'm going to cut the
34
platter.
seconds.
So one of the reasons that I'm proud of being from Des Moines, aside from having two great council people representing my side of town, is that the city is forward-looking and it recognizes the importance of being inclusive and making sure that it's a welcoming place for everyone. However, since I've been on the Access Board, I've been a little bit disappointed that we've approved plans for primarily parks, but other city things that come before us that don't include a non-gendered or family restroom. And I don't understand that. In speaking with staff, they tell me that there's a safety concern, and I got to tell you that it just seems a little bit lame to me. The solution seems very simple. Other cities the size of Des Moines have managed to figure out how to have non-gendered restrooms in their parks and such. And given the hatefulness that we've seen happen right down the street, I just think it's more important than ever that the city of Des Moines set an example. So I guess that my ask is that you include in any plans going forward at least consideration of non-gendered or family bathrooms. It's not just a trans thing. It's not just a bi-gender thing. It's a family thing. And I just hope that going forward, city staff will be instructed that they should include non-gendered bathrooms in any plans going forward. Thank you so much.
You bet. Our next speaker is Adam Callanan.
Hello, my name is Adam Callanan. I live in Ward 3. I just wanted to reiterate the need of the city to have virtual participation or hybrid meetings. There are a lot of people that cannot attend these meetings in person, especially since COVID. A lot of people still are not able to attend meetings in person, and for various other reasons. A lot of other cities and counties across Iowa offer virtual participation. The city has been given millions of dollars in ARPA funds. Not that it has to come out of that, but the city has been given resources to deal with kind of the new normal of COVID that we're dealing with. And resources should be put to offering virtual participation so that everybody can participate regardless of any ability issues they may have. Thank you.
I'll move to receive and file. And Mr. Manager, if we could get follow-up, I think it's worth following up on the family non-gendered bathrooms and get an update on how we're addressing that in parks and other facilities going forward.
I'll second.
Six yes.
All right. We have received and filed all the comments. We have a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn, Your Honor.
Get a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? We said adjourn. Thank you to the general public for attending.